Have you ever found yourself staring at a paint display, taking in all the gorgeous colors while simultaneously trying to decide just how much you need to complete your project? If so, this video is for you. Most companies offer coverage guidelines to give you an idea how much you need to complete a given project, but there is nothing worse than picking your color and getting home and starting to paint your piece and beginning to see how beautiful the end result is going to be and then running out of paint. Today, we're going to see just how far this 8-ounce sample of DIY paint will go. I found this little server on Marketplace for 20 bucks, and it's a little rough, but I have a feeling that little black dress is going to give it just the facelift it needs. The trim was missing in one spot, so I opted to take it all off rather than fooling with making molds and trying to repair it. It came off very easily, and then I took it outside and gave it a good sand just to make sure that there weren't any edges that would show through when I started painting. Once I was done with that, I went ahead and stripped the top as well. I am going to do this piece in one of my favorite paint stain combos. DIY paint is clay-based and heavily pigmented. It has no VOCs, so as you can see, I'm using it indoors and not having any issues. I have 2 birds and a dog, and I love that I can trust this paint around them and not worry about any issues. Another great thing about DIY paint being clay-based instead of acrylic, you can actually water it down and it won't separate. It blends like a dream and is so easy to use. Once I get my paint completely applied, I lightly mist it and go back and work all of my brush strokes out in nice even lines. At this point, we are 1 coat and touch-ups for full coverage in and still have probably better than half of that jar of paint left. While that dries, I'm going to go to Home Depot and grab some staples and, of course, visit the garden center because I have no self-control when it comes to plants. There's a hole cut in the back of this piece for probably cords or something, so I'm going to grab some Titebond wood glue and a sheet of wood to just repair the backing. I also am putting washers on the screws because the heads of these screws are slipping through the holes, and my unconventional measuring method hasn't failed me yet. And of course, when you're at Home Depot, you get the sandpaper because you're always going to use the sandpaper. General Finishes Greystone and Black is one of my favorite paint stain combos, so that's what we're going to do with this piece. This is water-based, so again, I can use it around the critters with no worries. If you want to dilute this with a bit of top coat, you can get a more washed look, but I'm actually going to apply it full strength. Then I'm going to wipe it back with a paper towel, and once it's completely dry, I'm going to take a 200 grit sanding block and just bring a little bit of the wood grain back through. I'm using liquid patina to top coat the base of this piece, and I'm going to brush it on. So basically you want to apply it kind of heavily and then go back and work it in to get all the brush strokes out. It's going to look really streaky at first, but don't worry, trust the process. Once it's dry, it'll look perfect. I bought this piece of underlayment at Home Depot with the idea that they would cut it for me because they will. If you purchase lumber there, they will cut it down for you. Simple cuts, nothing crazy. Anyway, apparently store policy is such that it has to be certain measurements, and this didn't meet the requirement, so I had them cut it to length, and then I just zipped it down to the height I need to fit into the back of my piece. Thanks to Titebond and my A&P textbook, the back is repaired. I love these little blue sponges. They are in the auto care section at Walmart, and they are perfect for top coat. I get them wet and then wring them out to where they're barely damp and then spoon a little bit of top coat on and literally wipe it onto my piece. It does go on kind of thin, so you're looking at least 3 to 4 coats for good coverage. I'm always surprised what a big difference a little bit of paint can make. And I do mean a little bit because I still have about half of my 8-ounce sample jar left. Stay tuned for my next video where I show you what I'm going to do with it. In the meantime, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more DIY and furniture painting content, be sure to click the subscribe button as well as the notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. You can also find me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Stay a While Home. Thanks so much for watching.